Hello everybody, welcome back to Space Pickle Designs. Today I'm doing a weekly wrap-up video on the things that I've made and the things that are coming up. So if you'd like to see that, then just keep on watching. So I'm gonna borrow a little thing from like the beauty community and do some empties. And so this is my first one here. This is all that I have left of the Soft Flex design kit in Exotic Blooms. And so I have a bunch of findings still left over, a bunch of these little seed beads, and very little of everything else. I still have these like shiny metallic tassels that I'm just like, a couple of these things in here, I'm just like, I want to make sure that I make something super special with these, so I'm kind of saving them. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my pendants bead mix out. Let's see. Well, this one is our metals. So I have a metals bead mix here, and I'm just going to put these pave beads inside. And so we got those taken care of. I don't think I have any more metals left. I did pretty good. So these are going to go in their own separate thing. I have a separate thing for findings. So let's go ahead and get some of these. So these are my Soft Flex crimp tubes that I have left over. I keep them in their own little jar because I don't want to mix them up with the cheap ones. So let's get our ear wires out. I didn't make any earrings this month. That's so weird. Normally I make earrings and I just didn't. I made a necklace, or no, I made 2 bracelets, and that pretty much took up everything that I had. Sorry, so I cut the camera there for a second because I didn't want you to see me struggling getting these crimp tubes out. I forgot my spoon, so I went and got my spoon here. And I'm going to scoop up these crimp tubes and put them in my silver crimp tube bag. And then for these ear wires, I have a whole organization box of ear wires. And so I put my gunmetal and my silver ones and my stainless steel all in the same one. And these are my Soft Flex ones. If you know me, I order them in the bulk. And so not only do I get some when they send me the design kits, but I also buy them myself. So I'm a big consumer of Soft Flex in general. So even if they haven't sent me anything, I do purchase a lot of their stuff of my own because I love that company. They are so very gracious to me. And so that last piece here, I'm actually just going to put in my metals container here where I put my pave beads because I will eventually sort this. I have a couple other lobster clasps, and I'm actually going to take this metal out because that's a focal. And so what I do with my focals, I put them in their own little focal bag, or focal thing here. And so I have a bunch of really cool focals from Soft Flex, like this little tube. I still want to make something really cool with this. And so I have some shells in here. I have some really cool like tiger eye pendants. I think I need to make like matching necklaces with this, you know, for me and my bestie whenever I find them. So I got a couple little gems here. Some of these are just rocks. But I'm going to go ahead and put this Green Girl Studios pendant in my pendant drawer here, along with this as well. And so that's going to be my little pendant box. I'll put that off to the side. As for my tassel, I have a bead soup here, and I'm going to put, I'm just going to put these yellow crystals in the bead soup because there's only 3 of them. So they belong in there. With these little cube beads, I'm going to put that in there as well. And for the shell, we'll put those in there as well. I love making a little bead soup because every now and again I sort through it and then we put it away. So I'll put my shell beads in here, my little hishis. I had a lot of fun playing with these, and you'll see in a little bit what I did with them. So this, like I said in my video, the Soft Flex box has been popping with beads. I always love beads. I like findings too, but I feel like, and you'll see with some of my bead boxes that I don't put a lot of findings in there just because I feel like findings are kind of personal. Now, if I find something really unique, I'll put it in there, but everybody's got their own preference in metal tones for the most part. Like for me, it's copper and antique copper. Those are my favorites, but I like to mix metals too, so I kind of don't want to like pigeonhole people into doing things that they don't want to do. And so for this, I'm actually going to put these tassels in, let's see, a little bag. So just because I don't want them to get messed up, so I'm going to put these tassels in a bag. And I see another tassel set in here, and we're going to put those in a bag. These could actually be in my pendants. And so I'm going to put these in there, lay them to rest. Let's get my pendants out again. And I just keep these on my desk because a lot of times I will find I have onesies and twosies of beads left. These are going to get their own. I'm going to mix these two greens together and put them in their own little baggie because they are check glass rondelles and there's more than just one or two. And then these little guys are going to get their own little bag and go in my seed bead drawer. But this guy is ready to be reused. So we'll move him off to the side. Let's move our bead mixes. I just need a day of like organization. Do you guys feel me on that? Like if well, you know what? I probably need more than a day. I probably need like a week long of organization. And so, put this bead mix back inside here. It just gets out of hand. All right. I also have a little bead container filled with my scraps. I'll put like the soft flex little ribbons in here. I'll put little extra soft flex pieces and longer pieces of wire. And so I keep them in there because you never know when you're going to need just that little teeny piece. And also, I could be a hoarder. I'm not quite sure. But all right, let's go ahead and get to the next part here. So the first thing I made this week, just a bunch of these stretch bracelets. I've been on a stretch bracelet thing. I made a bunch for my coworker as well as her kids. I had these little smiley faces, and these are like metal smiley faces, so they're like better quality than like a plastic or acrylic bead, right? And so I was like, I just want like a rainbow gemstone smiley face bracelet. This is what she looks like on. Sorry for all the scratches on my hand. I actually don't even know where they came from, but they are there. So I got that one. I really wanted to use these crackle beads, so I just used some larger O beads in like, here, I'll zoom in like a Maria finish. So if you see that, they're kind of like multicolored. It's definitely that Maria finish if you're familiar with that from check glass. So we just did some drucks with the golden spray paint, and this is from Beadbox Bargains. So like both of these beads are from Beadbox Bargains. I just liked the colors and I thought that they matched really well, so I made one of those. Again, this is a rose quartz, and I think this is another dyed stone, and I did gunmetal O beads and a stainless steel bead here to keep the knot in. And here's just my personal piece here because I just wanted a disco ball bracelet made out of those really cool beads from the bargain bead box that I actually went ahead and ordered more because I just thought that they were amazing. And then, so I don't know if they have any more of these, but these are a 9.5 crystal faceted round bead in light rose. And I just had to make a little bracelet because whenever I make bracelets, it's really just for me because normally my shirt will cover it up. But then I can just pull it back and like while I'm in a meeting or something, I can just look at them. It's kind of like a fidget thing. I had another one of these smiley faces left over, and I was like, what's kind of like a juxtaposition to this yellow smiley face is Dalmatian Jasper. And I truly love Dalmatian Jasper. I think it's so cool. And so here's my little bracelet with that. And then with the Soft Flex Exotic Blooms design kit, I brought these white beads out of my stash, and you'll see that I use these white beads in another piece with Jesse James beads. But I use these, and I just did a color blocking with a stainless steel knot holder in the back here. And so it's kind of like in rainbow order. And, you know, you can wear them with this guy here. That's kind of a good match. You could also wear it with the Dalmatian Jasper too, because I think black and white just really go with anything. Or maybe I'm just trying to be too extra, you know. But I like that stack. And I also kind of like this stack together. I don't mind that one either. Alright, so let's just go ahead and recap this little guy here. Little, you know. But this is the charm bracelet that I made with the Soft Flex Exotic Blooms bead kit. And that's why I had basically no beads left over. We had 4 tiara cast charms in here. Lovely, lovely. And I used those. And when I get tired of this bracelet, which I'm not quite sure I ever will, I can definitely take those charms out and reuse them because they're just so high quality, right? A lot of times I'll wear my personal pieces for a while, and then I just realize I'm not wearing them. I like the creation of jewelry more than the wearing of jewelry. I think not a lot of people are like that, I don't think. I seem to see like more jewelry wearers, they like to wear their jewelry, but I'm kind of like, I just like the creation process. So whenever I see that I'm not getting use out of this, I will either donate it or give it to somebody else. And so that's just how it kind of goes. But if I were to donate this, I'd probably take the charms off and keep those for myself so I can reuse them. But here we go with that. I love this. Just listen to the sound. Definitely some bead ASMR. Next piece that I really had fun with was this, and I didn't show this. This was just something I had fun with. And this is just a necklace that I made out of some random beads that I had left over from a bargain beadbox bargains purchase. So I bought these flowers. I had these 3 large dyed gemstones from a curated bead box. I had a donut from the bargain bead box, and I had these little faceted gemstones in the back and the copper spacers from a bead box bargains order. And so I just kind of wanted to make this simple little necklace. I kind of was inspired, I think, by doing this technique here by a Gem Hawks tutorial. I think I caught one of her tutorials. I don't get to see her a lot, but I caught one of her tutorials and she did this little wire piece. So if I can find that, I will link it down below just so you know that this is an inspired piece. So yeah, I don't take credit for that design whatsoever, but I did put my own little twist on it, and when you see her design, you'll see that they really look nothing alike. But I like to give shout outs to jewelry makers when I can, especially if I was inspired by them. So I just made a cute little dainty pair of earrings to go along with it. I really loved these check glass beads. I loved the striations of the yellow and the orange in there, and I just thought it looked so good with this like sage, almost a dark sage green gemstone, and I just really like this set. Next one I didn't make earrings for this, but I did a K-pop inspired necklace using Jesse James beads and BB Craft, and so I really like this one. This one's definitely like a choker style necklace, and it's really on trend. The half and half necklace is really on trend right now. If you haven't seen it, I encourage you to check it out. A lot of young people are wearing this type of necklace right now, and I am no longer a young person, but I am going to wear this one out because I just think it looks young and fresh and youthful, and that's the whole point of spring. So I just did a simple little wire wrapped simple loop chain on the left side, did a little closure with BB Craft here, I did a little simple dangle, and then I just used simply that Jesse James bead strand. You know how they have their curated bead strands. Next one, I had a lot of fun with this guy right here. This is going to be my Soft Flex, or no, Silver Silk and Soft Flex and Jesse James bead wire wrapped vine necklace using the pressed dried flowers pendant here. and I had a lot of fun. And here's just a little bit of a close-up. It's messy, it's organic, it's fun, it's sparkly. It's really just me in a necklace. I love it. Lastly, what I made up this week were 3 pairs of earrings from the Jesse James Bead Jelly collection. And this really brought me back to my childhood. Just take a look at those beads on the top. These are like a faceted mermaid bead. And because of the faceting, it really hides the seam. If there is one, I can't really tell. I really can't. No, I think there is a seam. But it really hides it pretty well. And these crazy little crystals at the bottom, paired with that nice little dainty pearl, really gives me mermaid vibes. Next is this outrageous mixed metals jelly focal earring set. I mean, this is crazy. These are crazy. But I have to have them. Like, I can't imagine giving these away, but I also can't imagine really wearing them because all I wear is sweatpants. But we're gonna cross that road when we get there. And then the last one, this is my husband's favorite. He liked these a lot. I think he's more of a simple design kind of person. These aren't simple by any means, but they are less movement. They're shorter, and they're more straightforward. So I understand where he likes it, but I like these too, and I'm an extra type of person. So I'm really loving just the whole sparkle and vibe to this collection. I think it's a perfect introduction to what is summer coming up, you know. And so the last 2 things that I wanted to show you for this weekly wrap up were these 2 little items that I got in the Jesse James bead haul. I felt like it wasn't really, I just felt like I wanted to keep it to a bead jelly collection, but I also picked up these 2 extra things, and I just thought that these were so cute. They're like little printed pictures of cucumbers with like a little, you know, it's like a pendant, right? So I want to make earrings with these. If you know me, obviously my channel name is Space Pickle Designs, right? I love pickles. I love cucumbers. I love homemade pickles. I love everything to do with the cucumber, which is so funny because I married somebody that absolutely cannot stand cucumbers. I think that's pretty funny. And so lastly, I got this Boo to You Halloween bead mix, and this was on sale, but I just thought it was so cute. I know we're nowhere near Halloween, but you know, you can have Halloween in your heart. So let's just take a look at some of these beads. I know this is like old news for some people, but here's some wooden beads. Those are pretty cute. We've got like these, it looks like a shotgun shell to me, I'm not gonna lie to you, but that's like my country coming out. But they're little barrel beads here. We've got some acrylic little crystal rondelles here with a large hole. We've got some really cool black pave beads in gold. So black rhinestone pave. Then we have these giant yellow crystal rondelles. I love this color orange. I could use it. This is like very close to the Bargain Bead Box Tangerine color this year, or this month. Look at these really wire wrapped spacer beads. I think those are so cool. You can actually make these yourself. So if you'd like to see a tutorial on how to make like a wire wrapped spacer beads, just let me know down in the comments and I can make that for you. We've got a few charms here. Little kitty cats, little pumpkins, little bats, and a big old ghost. That is so cute. And I only see 1 pumpkin, so we only got 1 pumpkin. But here's our charms. We've got 2, these are pretty rough shape, the finish on these, but it looks like it's kind of the same on both. so if you see, do you see the black line throughout there? So I mean, maybe it's intentional. I don't know. We could probably do a grunge look with those. And then we got some matte spacers here. Those are really cool. Then we've just got our plain old 6mm crystal rondelles in silver. And I do appreciate the mixed metals when it comes to these little bead mixes. We've got 2 giant jet rondelles. And then we've got some drops here, but we've got a really short stubby one. Like, can we look at this? Like, that is too funny. Yeah, so, you know, yeah, not perfect, but this one was really on sale. I think it was like $4. So $4 for all this. pretty good deal. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to pre-film a couple more things here. I will be in Massachusetts this week, so Boston people, if you live nearby, let me know. I'm looking to drop some free samples around the Boston, Cambridge, Salem area, so give me a shout out if you're from there. But until the next one, guys, I hope you're staying safe and well, and I'll see ya later. Bye.